Yo team, I'm here with the wonderful and amazing Jacqueline Schoenfeld. Now Jacqueline's giving me a demo monster today and we're going to talk about super stiffness, okay? Now this is actually incredibly important in everything we do in the gym, but it's extremely important for the program that you guys are working on, okay? Because when we start doing things like pull-ups and dips and overhead pressing, super stiffness is an incredibly important aspect to creating performance as well as safety around low back, around basically any joint within the body. So we're going to use Jacqueline as a basic demo here. She's never done this before, so she doesn't know what she's doing, so it'll work perfectly. What I want Jacqueline to do is break my hand by squeezing it, okay? So she's going to, she's going to squeeze as hard as you can, okay? Like, yeah, she's going to squeeze as hard as you can, right? She's squeezing as hard as she can, okay? Now pay attention to how hard that was, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of elements in here that she can create greater stiffness, which we're going to show creates higher power output, okay? So it's a little bit of a parlor trick, but at the same time it starts to emphasize a point that we're trying to make. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a wider stance, Jacqueline, into your squat stance. So imagine we're doing all the things that we would normally do in a squat, don't trip on that, where you're going to grab the floor, you're going to twist into it, you're going to create tension against the floor. You and that floor are connected. You're going to brace your knees just like that. You're going to get into a position of athletic readiness, but again on a flat foot. Then when you grab my hand, you're going to take your opposite hand and squeeze it as hard as you can. We're going to create the radiation effect, and you guys can try this at home. When you squeeze one hand, okay, or any body part, you feel that connection come all the way through. So we actually end up putting tension through muscular effort. Okay, the actual intramuscular tension is increased, which then creates tension around the joint, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, all the way up into the neck. You can feel that, okay? So that's called a radiation effect. But then we have this bilateral effect which occurs that when we create tension here, it comes over into this one, okay? So you're gonna grip my hand, you're gonna brace the floor, okay? You're gonna squeeze your hand as hard as you can over there. You're gonna take your tongue, this is gonna sound silly, but you're gonna push it into the roof of your mouth. Take the belly of the tongue, push it up into the roof of your mouth, okay? And bear down and grizzle and get hard. Are you ready? So but you also have to be actively ready. You have to be, your full spirit has to be engaged. You've got to be connected. You ready? Okay. All right, so here we go. We got it pumped up. Okay. Pump, squeeze, now grip. Okay. Now I can feel the difference. Can you feel the difference? Right? It's subtle, but it's there. Okay? But again, all parlor tricks aside, what we're showing and what we're proving is that when you create global tension, okay, throughout the entire body, you create higher performance or higher power outputs. This is kind of important, okay? So when you're doing weightlifting or any other movements, it's going to be imperative that we get this down. Now, for you guys in a pull-up program, this is exceptionally important when you grab onto the rig. So in this program right now, you guys are doing eccentric, isometric movements on an 18, okay? I'm gonna get a little closer here so I can get into the camera, but I don't wanna walk out of it. So when you guys are going up to the pull-up bar, I want you to grab onto the pull-up bar, squeeze the pull-up bar, and as you're going down, maintain that tension because it increases power output, which is what you guys were trying to do. Increase strength and increase power, okay? It doesn't always have to be done in a physiological aspect. It can be done just through neural drive or tuning of the athlete, okay? So I need you to put this into perspective. You can take it into any one of your other exercises, but again, to create importance around the pull-up, that's where you're gonna put it in today. Right? And again, you could play the same idea on the dip. When we did the dip earlier, you grip the handle, you create tension, all these different positions. So when you grab onto the dip handle, just like you would in a bench press, you grab the bar, you spread the bar, or you bend the bar, the exact same idea occurs. Grab, twist the bar. Now, as soon as you do that, you get full complement of the musculature involved. So we're adding more muscle groups or more motor fibers or more motor units to the movement. You are stronger, okay? So the idea of super stiffness. Put it into play, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that made sense.